Good morning. As I was mentioned, the Office of Emergency Management is responsible for the prevention and the preparedness activities that go on campus. We use a all hazards, whole community approach. What that means is we don't look at one particular issue. We look at all the issues: active shooter, hurricanes, blizzards, etc. And we use the whole community. We make sure that everybody's involved in the planning process. That way we make sure that we're planning, preparing for our entire community. There's 4 phases to emergency management. They can start at any place. A preparedness activity, we can evolve into response, where we're actually responding to an incident that may have occurred on campus. Recovery is the getting back to somewhat normalcy after an event, and mitigation is hopefully trying to prevent and mitigate any situations from occurring to begin with. Again, so we talk about preparedness. We want to make sure that we're preparing for any event that it may occur on campus. The campus does have an emergency operations plan that is certified by the Board of Trustees and is also submitted to the state of New Jersey Higher Ed. So they reviewed our plan and it is signed off on. That plan is due every 5 years. So we are just 1 year into that plan, but we're always working and evolving the plan. Response, that's actually responding to an event. So our office is responsible for responding to any incident that occurs on campus and reporting to the administration and letting them know to make sure that know what's going on so that way they can support us in that role. We have an emergency operations center on campus, and we are able to monitor and evaluate situations and activate as needed. Emergency notifications, one of the other things I'd like to plug here is we actually have emergency notification training, and that'll be coming out shortly via email. Also, we can come out and teach it. It tells you the difference between the advisories and the alerts. And tells you, what you may receive as a text message. Text messaging is an opt-in feature here at Stockton, and we highly encourage you to please opt in to make sure that you know what's going on our campuses. So real quickly, just to give you the meat and potatoes, an advisory is something that we need to tell you about. All right, it's not something that you have to act upon. An alert means you need to act, you need to do something. All right, and like I said, there's a full in-depth training that we can actually go into that teaches you the difference and also expands upon that. Recovery, again, it's trying to get us back to a as normal state after a incident. If anybody had any issues with Sandy, it was one of the big ones. Getting people back to somewhat normalcy so they can continue their lives and not be kept in a shelter or secondary housing. All right, mitigation, again, part of those projects is we look to find areas that we can try to improve. The generator trailer is a perfect example next to Big Blue. We found mitigation funds from the county and the state, and we're able to get Big Blue emergency generation. So if you see that trailer sitting out there, that's what that was from. So we can make all the plans, we can make all these decisions, but we don't know if they work until we try them. All right, so part of that is training and exercise. Our office works on training. We bring in training. Just last week we had New Jersey Office of Homeland Security here doing a course on infrastructure, threat and risk assessments. So we continually bring those courses in, as well as we do an annual tabletop exercise at a minimum. And then that we're working towards that. Last year's was a winter storm. And then this year, we're evolving it. It's probably going to be a protest type event. So those are normally in November, December area. So we're busy working on that. So we do these exercises and we need to learn from them. Just like a response or any incident, after action planning is very important. We need to make sure that what we're doing is appropriate. So we'll do an after action after every large event. We'll sit around, we'll talk about what went right, what went wrong, and that way we can improve upon our plans continuing forward. Underneath emergency management is Stockton EMS, as Director Wiggins Talked about, they are a student-run organization. They provide the campus with EMS activities. They do standbys Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, as well as doing standby for events, which is saving the university quite a lot of money because having an ambulance on standby is quite costly. So if you have an event and you need EMS, you can go through event services to make that request, or you can go right through us and we will talk with event services to make sure that they're included. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And at the bottom here, you'll see this on all my stuff. If you see something, say something. It's a campaign that started in New York City and is continued nationwide. If you see something out of the ordinary, report it. It may be innocuous, it may be nothing, but one day that backpack could lead to something bigger. All right, have the police come check it out. All right, and that's all I have.